Best Buddies as an organization is celebrating our 25th anniversary this year, so celebrating an anniversary as well. We started in 1989, and our founder is actually Anthony Kennedy Shriver. Anthony comes from a family that's been long-standing with helping with organizations and really starting organizations. His mom helped to start Special Olympics. His dad actually helped with the Peace Corps. And so really he grew up wanting to be able to help the community on his own as well. Coupled with that he and his family, his Aunt Rose actually had an intellectual disability, and so his Aunt Rose actually lived in Wisconsin, something that not a lot of people actually know about. And so he would spend a lot of time in Wisconsin, and he would go with her to family functions, and he would see that his Aunt Rose, with her disability, she would kind of be in the corner and people wouldn't talk to her. And he hated that because he knew that she had so many great abilities, but people were afraid to approach her, and they were afraid to really get to know her as an individual. So that's why he started Best Buddies. Started Best Buddies 25 years ago in his college dorm room with only 10 chapters, one of which was in Wisconsin. And today we're not only a national organization, but international organization with chapters in high schools, middle schools, colleges, and even in the workplace. So quite excited to be a part of this organization. So the 100th anniversary project that we've proposed for Best Buddies is really a twofold project. We really see it as a long-standing transformational project. The two components that we really envision are, first, really expanding within the chapters that we currently have so that we can really do things even better, smarter, wiser, and then really be able to take our chapters out of the school walls and into the community further. And the second part of the program is really to be able to expand further. Right now we have 30 chapters in the Milwaukee area, and we're really looking that this project will allow us to expand to at least 12 new chapters within the high school and the middle school level. So really when you look at, that first component of really looking at how are we going to expand within the schools, we're really hopeful that we'll be able to partner with the Junior League of Milwaukee to be able to have 1 to 2 volunteers that'll choose a school. Maybe it's a school that they went to themselves. Maybe it's a school in their community. And what we'll do with them is that they'll be paired with a school and they'll be our chapter champion. They'll really be able to help to mentor these young ladies and these young men to really think thoroughly, how can they implement an event? How can they really promote it? How can they go and look beyond their classmates and get parents and faculty advisors and just really members of the community involved? So that's really the first part. And then that second part, like I mentioned, is really expansion. Expansion is something that we have done very well through the years and really know that we need to do. We have quite a large waiting list actually with so many parents. I would say that I get a call at least once a week from a parent or a faculty advisor that needs this program in their school, and this will allow us to do exactly that. In terms of the budget that we're looking for with this, we're really looking for a budget that can be spread out over the course of the 5 years. And when you look at the proposal that we prepared, we did exactly that. In the past, when we've expanded, this is how we have done it as well, in which we'll receive a sum of money in the beginning, and then really we'll wean ourselves off of that money, really to ensure that we have a sustainable program and something that's going to last through the future. First of all, I do want to say at Best Buddies Wisconsin, we really pride ourselves on how we work with our volunteers. On an annual basis, we have 2,500 to 3,000 student and adult volunteers that we work with. And we really respect the time of anyone, whether they're students, junior league members, members in the community. And so we really value that, and we wanted to really emphasize that we know how to work with volunteers and we want to work with volunteers. So some of the opportunities that we really see, first and foremost, that chapter champion, looking to have 1 to 2 chapter members or 1 to 2 community members from the junior league that are going to be paired with each of the schools. And what that really would entail is going into the school, having meetings once a month to really meet with the students and talk about how can you do better? What can you do to reach into the community? A great example of this is a man by the name of Dan Eggers. So Dan, he actually has a company in Milwaukee, and Dan actually was paired with our Brown Deer High School chapter. The Brown Deer chapter 2 years ago, I can honestly say, was probably one of our weakest chapters. And what Dan has been able to do is he's been able to pair with the chapter, he goes to their meetings, he coaches them, he talks to them, and he gives them ideas, and he goes to their events. I can now tell you that actually a year and a half half later, they just were nominated as our most improved chapter of the year, and we have so much hope for them for the future. So we're really looking to replicate that in all of our schools, looking to do that, bring that to Menominee Falls, bring that to Shorewood, bring that to Bayview, bring it really to all of our chapters. So that's one key component. Also, we do have event planning volunteers and day of event planning volunteers. So really, we have committees of all of our events that we have with our students that we need help planning. So for example, we have an all-chapter dance. 4 years ago, we actually had only 50 students attend. This year, we have 650 students now attending. So our students, they come together for a prom, and they are with people with and without disabilities, and they are just there having fun, being students, and seeing each other for what they are, which is students in the community. So what we need is that we need adults to help us to plan that. We need adults to help us to host, for example, the VIP Parent Lounge. We need someone to help us to come in there with games, for example, and to help us to solicit a DJ, for example. And even Plymouth Pizza Factory, for example, they're actually donating 200 pizzas to us, but we need people to help us to make the pizzas every year. So that's really something else that we look for. And then lastly, we're looking for long-term volunteers. We're looking for individuals that will help us to be serving, for example, on our advisory board, or serving on our committees of our advisory board, such as our marketing committee or our programs committee. So really looking for individuals to assist with that as well. Really what we're most looking forward to is that this is a fun program. This is going to be fun, it's going to be a great project, it's going to be transformational, and it's really going to be an opportunity for a legacy in Milwaukee for not only Best Buddies, but also the Junior League of Milwaukee. So what we're really looking to do is really be able to partner with the Junior League of Milwaukee to bring some great visibility to your organization as well as to our organization. This is something that I think if you talk to any of our partners or any of our donors, they'll agree with us that we really have that as one of our great strengths of what we can accomplish. Some of the things that we were thinking would be a great way to partner with the Junior League would actually be first and foremost with our leadership breakfast. Our leadership breakfast is an executive event. It's very similar to a gala, very high-end individuals, corporate sponsors, and whatnot. This year, in the 2014, will be our 25th anniversary event, and we really would look to use that as an opportunity to not only celebrate our anniversary, but to celebrate the start of this partnership. How we really envision using this as an opportunity is that for each of the next 5 years, we would welcome the Junior League to actually have a table at the event with complimentary attendees. We would look to have the keynote speaker next year actually be from the Junior League, talking about their experience. And then we really would also look beyond the leadership breakfast at, for example, co-branding a launch party, a conference, a press conference to launch the program, alumni activities, as well as really, for example, our VIP parent event.